My name's David Pinto, and I work in the CTSI Informatics Department as a clinical research informaticist. So my role is to help people figure out how to access that data and also to figure out what data they want initially in terms of understanding what's available and how the data comes out of the systems. The kind of data that's available through the CTSI primarily is clinical data, but we're also able to provide people with financial data and scheduling and billing data and data that is relevant to, for example, locations of certain clinical activities and also cost data. It's a way for end users who are interested in obtaining data to develop their own queries and have the query result in two things. One is a count of the patients or people that meet their query criteria, and then the next level would be actually extracting that data. And the unique thing about I2B2, or the reason why it's sort of special, is that it gives end users the ability to do this themselves without having to write a query in a query language such as SQL. If you can't get data using I2B2, we do have another option for people, and that is to come to the CTSI, which primarily is myself, and usually this process starts out with an informal conversation. It could be through email, could be on the phone, and usually it is through a face-to-face meeting where I sit down with the investigator and we have a conversation about all of the data that they need, and I provide them with detailed response or understanding of what data we can get, what data we can't get, and of the data that we can get, what will it look like. If you don't have IRB approval, which would mean that you have permission to do a research study from the IRB, I do offer people guidance and advice on how to step through the regulatory process, although I do not work for the RSRB. And I also offer people guidance on how to put together a protocol and asks for data in the data section of the protocol in a way that the IRB might expect or that they would require. The CTSI, through the Office of Informatics, does provide other support for investigators who are interested in obtaining data. One of them is that we have an epidemiologist on staff who is specialized in helping people to formulate a study question and to develop a protocol from that study question based on a thesis. There is no cost associated with the services that we provide in terms of getting data.